Good morning, children. Today we are going to continue our lesson Parliament. We have studied many things. Today we will discuss about functions of Parliament, their formation of the government, impeachment and amendment. First, I think you are preparing well at home during this lockdown period. Now you have a lot of time. Utilize the time. And this SST is much important for your life because every competition except medical and engineering you will have to face SST related to SST, GS, general study. So make up your mind that SST will survive your life. Now we are going to discuss about this functions of Parliament. Parliament is law-making body. Law-making body means at this place the law is made for our country. First, formation of the government is there. After formation, when actually we will study formation of the government. First, we are going to study this Parliament, function of Parliament. Here, Parliament has two houses we have studied. One is the Lok Sabha, another is the Rajya Sabha. Any person here means the member can bring here bill, separate bill, and these bill are discussed by the members of the Parliament, and after passing the bill from the one house, it has to be sent to the other house. If second house has also passed this, it will go to the president for its signature. After that, this will become a law. But if first house has passed and second house has not passed from there, it will again send to the first house with some recommendation. If the first house will accept the recommendation and again it has to be passed from there, now it will be sent to the second house, and from there, as they had given their recommendation and the first house has accepted, so it will be passed from there and will sent to the president. In this way, law is making for our country. Then what Parliament is doing? Parliament is doing for the betterment of the country. They are making the rules, they are discussing for the upcoming programs, and they are discussing for the benefits of the country, development of, they are making the blueprint of the country for the development of the country. In this way, Parliament is legislative house here. Legislative means making the laws for the country. This is the, in democracy we have three pillars. First is legislative, as you know that Parliament. Second is executive, as you know that IS officers like this. And third is the judiciary, which is Supreme Court and other high courts. Legislatives are making, legislative here means Parliament. Parliament is making rule for the government, for the country, and executives are implementing the law, and Supreme Court means judiciary is looking after that the bill has passed, means the rule has made, it must be not a controversial. If any controversy on it, they are discussing and they are giving their decision. Second is formation of the government. Formation of the government, we have studied about election. Our country, I am going to discuss about the Parliament. The same pattern is found in the state assemblies, but here for Parliament, central government, union government. Our country is divided into 543 parliamentary constituencies. Ours for here Dhanbad is, and in this way 543 representatives are elected by the common people by direct voting. and one who is a party. The party which has the maximum required seat to make the government in India is 272, means more than half of the total. Here 543 is the total, so half and plus is 272. If any party has secured 272 seats, now they will choose a leader among themselves, and that leader will be called by the president to form the government, and the leader is now our prime minister. Now, prime minister alone cannot handle the affairs of the country. That's why for his assistance we have various types of ministers. Various types means first is the cabinet minister, second is the state minister, and third is the deputy minister. Cabinet ministers, prime minister is giving name from those members as the name of the minister, and after that president is giving oath to those ministers. Here anyone who has the ability to become an MP, prime minister can choose him or her as a minister, but condition is that within 6 months of getting the post, he or she has to win an election from any constituency or has to become member of Rajya Sabha. In this way they will continue their position. Otherwise, if they will not do so, they will have to resign within 6 months. Here cabinet ministers are limited. They are nearly 15 to 16, and these have to report directly to the prime minister, and when there is a crisis in the country or any important decision they have to take, these cabinet ministers are sitting together with prime minister and taking the decision for the betterment of the country. State ministers are also responsible to give their recommendation to prime minister, but difference is here that cabinet minister can hold the crisis meeting, but state ministers are not to do so, and deputy ministers are to assist the state minister and cabinet minister. These are the criteria. But can any government, any prime minister have unlimited number of ministers? There is a question. How many ministers must be? So in our country, only 15% of the total strength. What is the total strength of the MPs? Only 15% of these members can become the minister. So out of 543, you can calculate 15%, nearly 80 they will be. So, and these ministers are getting different portfolios, such as someone is getting as the home minister, someone is the railway minister, someone is the defense minister, finance minister, like this, and they are working as a team member. In this way they are discussing, they are working for their department separately, and all the departments are collectively in hand of prime minister, and prime minister has the right to change the portfolio or change the minister. He has the sole right for this. Next is the impeachment. Here elections are going on in our country. 3 types of elections. we will study. First is general election, which is held after 5 years. Second is the midterm election. Midterm election is here that if a government has not completed its tenure for 5 years and due to any political crisis or any reason the cabinet has resigned, then next election will be. For example, in 1977, Janata Party has formed the government in center, but that party had not completed its 5 years of tenure. After 3 years, next new election, fresh election was held, and Congress were the winner, and Indira Gandhi became the Prime Minister. Here you have to note that now the election is not only for 2 years. What was the left? Here this will be work as general election, means tenure will be of 5 years, not for the rest of the 2 years. Third is the by-election. By-election means suppose any member of any constituency has given resignation due to any reason or died, the seat will be vacant. So within 6 months, here election must be held to elect the new representative, and this is known as by-election. And by-election is in 1 constituencies, 2 constituencies, 5, 6 or 7, but not at the whole of the country. This is known as by-election. Now, winning party, suppose we are discussing about that formation of the government. Suppose not a single party has cleared the majority, means not a single party has won more than 272 seats. Then how the government will form? First, they are making coalition, same-minded parties coming together to form the government. For example, suppose BJP has got 256, required is 272, so shortage is of 24. Now other parties has helped and told that we will work together, and they will prove that their number is 272. Then President will call them to form the government. This is known as coalition government. Coalition government is of 2 types. First is pre-poll and second is the post-poll. Pre-poll, it means before election they had joined the hand and they had settled the seats on which they will fight the election before election. And post-poll, it means after election, when there is a shortage of seats, same-minded parties are coming and forming the government. Next is the impeachment. Impeachment means how we will remove the authority from their post, such as president. There is a process of impeachment. We will discuss this in class 9. And here amendment. Amendment means change in constitution. For example, our constitution has been implemented in the year of 1950. From that time, scenario has changed. And in this change scenario, we have to find new laws. Example, earlier we had not any rule related to mobile or ATM, but today you will find that much crimes are doing with the help of mobile. That's why there is a need of amendment in the constitution. Next, we will study our geography, the resources. अंग्रेजी, हम 6 क्लास में हिंदी शुरू किए थे, तो